Good evening. Welcome to our Fwd Media Broadcast. Friends with Disabilities, FWD, is a 501c3 nonprofit community benefit organization. Our mission is to reach out to the community of individuals with disabilities in order to educate and promote inclusion. We believe together we can make a difference, such as building connections and relationships, emotional support, sharing relevant information, exhibiting proper etiquette. Please feel free to share today's broadcast with as many people as you know. Also, feel free to comment or ask questions in the comment sections as you're watching. If you're watching YouTube Live, display us on your smart TV for your entire family and friends to watch. But now, let's get into today's broadcast.
Good evening. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us again. We really enjoyed your participation last month. This month, as aforementioned, we will be talking about abandonment. Where were you when I needed you? Now, we all have stories that we can reflect on. We can think about people who were supposed to be in our lives at a certain point when we really did need them, and they were no longer there, for reasons we did not know. And that's for the everyday person. But for our special population, Friends with Disabilities, those of us who were abandoned because of our disability, it separates us from the flock. And what I mean by that is people loved us genuinely, but then they discovered we weren't, in their eyes, a whole person due to our disability, something that we had no control over from the start. You see, the universe, the Lord, He designed all this, and there's a reason why people do have disabilities. And when you're in a relationship, friendship, you believe that you're loved as much as you love them. But that's not always the case. Some people love you under circumstances. And that's what tonight we're talking about. We're talking about abandonment. Where were you when I needed you? Really, where were you? Because I've always been right here and I've needed you. But where were you? When you found out about my disability, did you leave me? When you found out that I wasn't the person that you wanted me to be instead of what God created me to be, were you there for me? And the stories you'll hear tonight, the answer is no. We have stories of people who were not there. Family members, friends, parents. And we ask that you just sit back and wonder and think about if you had a disability and someone didn't want to be a part of your life anymore due to unseen circumstances that you had no power in engineering, how would you feel? And that's what we're talking about tonight. Abandonment. Leave it alone. I'm gone. It's not fair. And the things that Friends with Disabilities will be talk about, some of these things are not good. But guess what? We're going to turn that around later and have fun with this, because we need to deal with the pain first in order to get to the joy, because the joy will be that much sweeter. Trust me. Just stick with us. We have some soliloquies tonight. We have personal accounts from two females who are involved with Friends with Disabilities. First, you'll hear from Charmise Anderson, the CEO and president of Friends with Disabilities. She'll tell you her story, and I'll be there to guide you through the process to understand how this is real. There's nothing staged about Friends with Disabilities. We're here, and we're coming to tell you the truth. And if you're a person that has conviction inside of yourself that has a disability, or may not have a disability, but have a soft heart for people with disabilities, or have a people in your family that has disabilities, or a friend, or just God has put it in your heart to listen to people like us, because no one does. We're a forgotten community. But you're not forgotten when you're a part of Friends with Disabilities. So we're going to bring it to you real, the only way that we can. Listen up, relax, and hey, some things need to be dealt with, and the emotions are real. So we're going to talk about abandonment. Where were you when I needed you? We dealt with isolation. You are not alone. We dealt with that. Isolation. Now we're going to deal with abandonment. Where were you when I needed you? And I think that's something everybody can relate to, whether having a disability or not. So without further ado, I'm going to take a break. And when I come back, we're going to have an in-depth interview with the president and CEO, Charmise Anderson. We'll be right back. Thank you.
If you know a friend, family member, or anyone that could benefit from Friends with Disabilities, please share this broadcast with them. If you would like to join FWD, please visit our website where you can fill out an FWD application, and we can follow up with you to become a part of our organization.
Hello everyone, my name is Charmise Anderson. I am the founder, president, and CEO of Friends with Disabilities. We featured many individuals with disabilities on our website as a spotlight to highlight various physical disabilities, but I never really shared my story. Well, this month, for the month of March, we are discussing abandonment. And I want to share with you, abandonment is real. I too have been abandoned, just like so many of you have. And I just want to share with you about what I went through as I experienced abandonment myself. First, I want to share with you, before I get in a little bit into abandonment, about my disability. I was diagnosed in 2005 with retinitis pigmentosa, a degenerative eye disease that the doctors told me when they gave me the exam in 2005 that I will go completely blind from. Right now, to this day, I have tunnel vision, which is like looking through two small straws. I use a guide dog, and I am on my third guide dog at this moment. The reason why I started Friends with Disabilities, because when I was first diagnosed back in 2005 from an eye disease that they say I was born with, I knew absolutely no one that had retinitis pigmentosa, let alone know what it was. So as I went to the ophthalmologist and they diagnosed me with retinitis pigmentosa, those were the tragic words that I heard. You are a rare candidate for an eye disease, and you will eventually go completely blind. My journey started as I was walking as well as worshiping at a church. I was at a Christmas production, got to the sanctuary, so exciting, and excited to see the Christmas production, sit with everyone that I knew, got to the sanctuary doors. The doors open, the lights were toned off, and I could not see anything. It was like someone came up behind me and played a joke on me and put the darkest blindfold over my eyes. What I didn't know, that was the beginning symptom of retinitis pigmentosa, which is night blindness. I couldn't see the pews, I couldn't see the people, I couldn't see anything. So my friend was to the left of me. She grabbed my arm and she said, "Come on, let's go to our seats." And I said, "But wait, I can't see." She said, "Well, maybe it's just you're having a bad eye day." Well, unbeknownst to me, that bad eye day became something much more bigger than that. So imagine going to an eye doctor just to receive an eye exam, just like you normally do, so I can get a refill of my prescription contact lenses. And being told, oh yeah, you're gonna go completely blind. I was in shock. He said so many other things behind that, but I was in total shock because those were the only words that I heard. I was married, like I say, worked at a church, ran a successful image consulting business, had my children, and I had an active, full life and was driving. But everything came to a screeching halt that day. So I left the ophthalmologist. I went home. I didn't say anything to anyone. I had to look up what retinitis pigmentosa was. I had to do my research. So I turned to the World Wide Web and I educated myself. And I did that for about 2 weeks prior to saying anything to anyone. Because now I got to go and explain this to my family, my friend, my spouse, my children. I had to explain this all to them of something that I didn't know about myself. After I educated myself, I shared with them. Imagine going to someone that said they will never leave you nor forsake you, that said that I am here no matter what comes, what may come, to death do us part. That's what you say when you get married. But then I go and I share with my husband, and he tells me he didn't want to hear about it. He didn't want to talk about it. Don't share it with the children. Just pretty much act like it wasn't there. What? Act like it's not there? Hello? I'm going blind. I need you. Wrap your arms around me. Tell me we're going to get through this, that it's going to be okay. But I never received those words. So one day I was driving before they told me that I could no longer drive. And I was driving. I was on the highway. And all of a sudden, these tears just poured out of me. They were so uncontrollably that I had to pull over on the viaducts up under an overpass and scream and shout and cry all by myself because I had a plethora of emotions going on inside of me. And mind you, I had no one to talk to them about. I was angry. I was isolated. I was depressed. I was lonely. I was sad. I was scared. It was so many emotions going through me. So I sat there for about a half an hour and I cried and I screamed and I hollered out to the Lord because I had no one to talk to. And I had this building up in me because, like I told you, it took me a minute before I said something to anyone. So from there, time went on. I sought the Lord as to what it is that I should do. I looked into some other things as to what now a person that is going blind can do. Because mind you, I didn't know anything about it. What is it that a person that is going blind can actually do? And oh my goodness, so many things I've learned that a person that's going blind or a person that is blind can do. So on that road, I went for skills of blindness. Think of doing everything that you do, with the exception of driving, washing your clothes, providing for your household, cooking, cleaning, everything that you can think of with a blindfold on. That's what I had to do to learn skills of blindness, even be able to use all of my other senses, walk down the street, and learn how to not get hit by a car or end up in an alley somewhere stranded. So I had to do all of that in such a little time. And again, all by myself. So Friends with Disabilities was created further down the line so that no one would be able to feel the way that I felt. We help people in the Kalamazoo County with physical disabilities 18 and older, because we too have been through all of those emotions that you, yes, you, are also experiencing. Give us a call. 248-830-1334. But as I started, I was talking about abandonment. Abandonment. What I'm sure a lot of you are also experiencing. No longer feeling like that, I created and now run Friends with Disabilities to help others just like you. We love you. We're here for you. And we take trips. We educate, advocate, create an environment of inclusion, provide resources, transportation for those who may need it, just to let you know that you are not abandoned, that you are loved, that you are valued, that someone else out there has been through the exact same thing that you are now currently going through. Don't hesitate. Give us a call. We are here for you. And remember, share with your family and friends as well. Scream it from the rooftop. You don't have to be abandoned anymore because you have Friends with Disabilities. Give us a call at 269-830-1334. Email us at info@friendswithdisabilities.org, and be sure to check often our website at www.friendswithdisabilities.org. And remember, you are not alone. Stay tuned for the month of April as we discuss substance abuse, alcohol, because we too have been through that as well. Here we will have real conversation, and we want you to know that Friends with Disability is by people with disabilities for people with disabilities. Again, contact us today. Have a great day. Be blessed. Bye-bye.
Feel free to join us for our Zoom meeting following this evening's broadcast at 8 p.m. Zoom login info can be found on our Facebook page. You can also visit our website, www.friendswithdisabilities.org, and as you scroll down, you'll see our red Zoom login button to join us live at 8 p.m. Please be sure to join us. At Friends with Disabilities, throughout this year, we will highlight a disability on our website and on our broadcast. Today, we feature spina bifida. Enjoy this great interview with Carlicia Munn as she describes the experiences with spina bifida. Also, feel free to go to our website where we feature What is Spina Bifida, with great information that will inform you regarding this disability.
Okay, hello everyone. We're here with Carlicia Munn, and she is our feature for the month. Every month at Friends with Disabilities, we feature a disability, and this month is spinal bifida. For those of you that don't know what spinal bifida is, we do have it listed on our website, the medical explanation of what it does and how it affects people. But we have an expert here, and that's not just writing in medical terms and doing things that a doctor would do in doctor's terms. We're going to have someone who is living with spinal bifida, and her name is Carlicia Munn. Thank you, Carlicia Munn, for joining us.
You're welcome.
My first question is for you that I have is, when did you realize that you were different due to your disability?
Probably when I came to Michigan when I was 8 years old. I started at a elementary school here, and there was this girl. I think I was in 3rd or 4th grade, and we were in gym class. I think, and this girl just started talking out the side of her neck. So it's just teasing me and saying stuff, and that's one of the moments when I realized, well, I'm different. And then another instance I can remember is being at recess and seeing everybody just jumping and playing jump rope and swinging, and I'm just looking around like, I want to swing, I want to do that, but I can't.
So at that moment, what emotions came over you?
I was sad.
Sad.
And kind of angry.
Angry?
Because I wanted to play like everybody else. I'm like, I can't play, so why y'all playing? I'm mad.
That's what happens with people who have disabilities. We all have those moments where we wish we could participate in the way that everyone else is participating. So I can relate to that just as everyone else at Friends with Disabilities. And George is just totally different. It's in a different light. And we want to shed light on that of what you go through. So I know that you've been in a wheelchair since birth. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then you start realizing that you were different on the playground, and then people who were ignorant being mean to you, not really knowing how to express how they felt. What did that make you do? How did that make you feel, or how did you develop friendships after that?
My dad always told me I never meet a stranger. I just start talking. So I don't know. I make friends easily by being myself, I guess. I can just walk up to somebody and start a conversation, and boom.
All
so
right.
I imagine that's what elementary school was like for me. People don't believe it, but I'm shy. I'm very shy.
Okay.
And reserved. So it has to be my personality,
All right.
I meet people where they are, and I could imagine I've been that way my whole life. So making friends in school, I was myself.
Okay, so with that being said, I have another question.
I probably kicked a few people, because you got to make people, you got to make them, you have to make people not think you weak. So I'm kind of mean, okay? So
Okay.
I probably kicked a few people on the way, just cause.
Okay, so you kick people on the way. You a little mean, and hey, but you're also very nice as well. So I've seen both sides, but that's for another day. What now our topic for this month outside of spinal bifida is also abandonment. And Sharmise and myself, we talked about stories in the past where we've had people who are with us, and then our disability started to manifest itself. And these people decided that we were no longer worthy to be in their lives anymore because we were a burden. Have you ever had any experience with feeling abandoned by someone who you felt should have been there for you?
Yep, my mom. Me and my dad raised me since I was 3. My mom was on, she had another lifestyle. And so she chose that lifestyle. And she was in and out of my life when I was younger. We have a relationship, you know. When I became a teenager, you know, it started to get better, and through my adult years, we good. But as a child, she wasn't there.
Okay.
And I can remember, you know, feeling like she wasn't there because I had a disability.
Wow.
And her feeling that she was the cause of my disability caused her to do those you know, the not so healthy things.
Okay.
And it caused her to push away from me.
Okay, so substance abuse is what you're speaking of?
Yeah.
Yes, and many of us, well, we'll be talking about that next month. So through this abandonment feeling from your mom, and you're feeling that her pain because she's thinking that she caused it, and both of you are feeling bad about the situation. What made you get beyond that situation? What is your motivation? What keeps you grounded and being able to have that personality that attracts so many people to you? What's your foundation?
That ain't nothing but God. Nothing. That's it. That is nothing but the grace of God.
Amen.
Because it's easy, you know, it's easy for people to focus on the negative. It's easy to say, you know, feel sorry for yourself because, oh, you can't walk and you can't do this and you can't do that. But what you got to do is get up every day realizing that God gave you another day.
Amen.
And that's what I choose to believe. God gave me another day. So, yep, I can't walk, but guess what? I'm breathing. I could put my clothes on, and I can go outside and breathe the fresh air. It may not be easy for me, but I'm going to get up every day and treat it like it's another day.
Amen to that.
And
now,
that's only because of the grace of God.
Through the grace of God. That's it. That's it. Amen to that. Now, in closing, is there any advice that you would like to give maybe to someone else who's going through the same thing you are going through, whether it be a child or a young adult or even an elder adult who is not as strong as you and don't have the foundation of the Lord like you have, or support systems like you have? What would you say to them at this moment?
First, is find God. Because that peace that surpasses all understanding is only going to come from God. That's it. Find something to smile about every day. Every day you wake up, think of something. I don't care if it's one thing. You get up, you look at yourself in the mirror and say, God made me this way for a reason, and I have a reason to keep going. I have a reason. I have somebody that I have to help. I have somebody that I have to guide. It's not about me, but it's about who I can help.
Amen.
And get you a support system. Get you a Charmise. Get you a Paul. Honey, it's been many days that I ain't wanted to get out that bed, but I talked to one of y'all, even a text, just and said, okay, they care, so I can do this.
All right, amen to that. So you guys see, this is how we do it. We keep it real. We want to thank Miss Carlissia Munn for joining us and being so candid, and I've learned things about her just in these few moments that I didn't know before, which makes her even more special. Please stay tuned. Every month we'll be featuring, like I said, a new disability, and we'll also be having a new topic. Next month goes along with some Carlissia was talking about as far as substance abuse, and we'll get more into that next month. But we do want to thank our special guest. Please continue to log on to our website, share the information, and thanks again for joining us. Thanks, Carlissia.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye. In closing, we want to thank you for all of your support. Everyone who has ever donated, went to our website, asked questions about Friends with Disabilities, or volunteered, or anyone who's ever wanted to be a part of us, we thank you. If we haven't heard from you at this point, please reach out to us. We know how difficult it is for people who have disabilities. We want to take our independence into our own hands a little bit that we have left, or whatever we do have left. And that comes down to decision making. And we can make our own decisions no matter what. So we're asking that you decide to be on Friends with Disabilities side. And we want to help. That's all. It's free of charge, everything that we do. We want you, we need you, and we love you already. We felt the pain. Now let's share some joy together. And that's what we're all about. Please get in touch with Friends with Disabilities. And when you do that, you'll be glad you did. We want to thank everyone who's ever contributed in any way, shape, or form. We want to give a special shout out to Yolanda Lavender, Striker, for always looking out for us and believing in us and giving us a chance. And if you want to see who else believes in Friends with Disabilities, go to our website and you'll see all of our contributors and how we do what we do. And thanks again. And the love is abundant. Good night.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope that today's broadcast has helped you. If you know a friend, family member, or anyone that could benefit from Friends with Disabilities, please share this broadcast with them. If you would like to join FWD, please visit our website where you can fill out a FWD application and we can follow up with you to become a part of our organization. If you would like to contribute a donation to FWD, feel free to use any of our donation options, which can also be found on our website, friendswithdisabilities.org/donate, Cash App, PayPal by mail, Givelify, and Amazon Smile. We thank you in advance for your contribution. Also, feel free to join us for various Zoom meetings throughout this coming month. Zoom info can be found on our website or on our Facebook page. Feel free to join us for our Zoom meeting following this evening's broadcast at 8 p.m. Zoom login info can be found on our website and our Facebook page. And join us for next month's FWD broadcast. During this time, please remember to be safe, be well, and be blessed.